Hello everybody and welcome back to the channel. Today I've got a carburetor off the Suzuki wide boy. It's got a bit of a problem. It's been standing for about 9 months or so, a little bit longer probably, and went to move it a couple of days ago and the throttle has stuck solid. So today I'm going to take the carburetor apart, give it a clean, make sure there's no blocked holes, find out what's in the float bowl, and try and free up this throttle linkage so that I can put it back on the car and get it running, because I need to move it about. Right, first thing to do, I suppose, get this off, put that back on there for safekeeping. Don't need that. Put that in its little tray here, little magnetic one. Put that there. And what we've got first is this hose here. This has to come off because this holds both halves of the carburetor together, along with the 4 bolts that hold it down, which are these long ones. They go through here and then go straight into the inlet manifold. So let's see if I can get this hose off here. Give it a twist. That's it, down there. Yeah, that's got a bit of corrosion on it as well, so that'll need a little clean out. Then what we've got is just here. There should be a little circlip or a little piece of wire or something holding that on. Really difficult to see. Get me extra bifocals on. I think I will need a little bit more light on the subject. And there it is. How ridiculous is that? That is absolutely tiny. Don't know if you can see that, but that is the little clip. I'll put that somewhere safe. That holds the choke rod in. Right. Don't need that anymore, hopefully. Now then, what we got here? We need to get this cable off like that, and then we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 6 bolts, well 6 screws, which I'll take off, and they're all different lengths by the look of it, so just make a note where they go. Right. And once these are off, it will split somewhere at the bottom here for the float bowl to be opened. Be very careful with the float bowl because there is a little spring and ball bearing. I think it's a ball bearing, and I think there's a little rod as well, if I remember correctly with these. It's a long time since I've taken one of these apart. We'll keep going. Take the screws out and see what comes. And there's one in here, I think, right deep inside. And one down here. Well, at least they're coming out. So sure that one's undone. Right. Have I missed any? I don't think so. Ah, wait a minute. No, those aren't there. That's okay. Ah, yeah, there we are. Let's come away from the bottom. And now I have to take off this little rod here. That's got a piece of wire on it. So obviously the clip has been lost. Put that in with the other clip. Pull that out. That's the bottom half. And there's a gasket in there which is hung up. So let's see if I can separate that, because I don't want to have to make a gasket for there. Okay. Ah, there's another one of these little things. Another little clip there, I've forgotten. Again, that I cannot see. Oh no. That's alright, that'll pull out of there. Yep. And that's the bottom half off. Okay. Have that vacuum hose off there. And there's the bottom half, so I'm going to work on that in a little while, because this is seized absolutely solid. Gasket's still in one place, but that is solid. Can move, but it's in need, shall we say. Right, put that to one side. See if we can get the float bowl off this. Just make sure that I haven't got any screws left in there. I don't think so. So now it's float bowl time. That's got it. Brilliant. The screws out. Those are those two long ones. I'll put that to one side for a minute. The float bowl. A little bit of dirt in there. Nothing too drastic. There's that little thing I was telling you about. That's got a little spring under it. So we'll take that out of there. And there should be a little tiny spring inside here. And this one here also. So let's just probably have to take the gasket off to get that. There's the gasket on the other side. Yeah, the gasket's on the other side, so that should come out. And that's seized in there solid, so that won't help. That little one is supposed to come out. I believe that's got a ball bearing on the bottom of it. One or the other have. So right, now we've got to try and get this little spring out. Right, what I've got here are some of those little testing pins. Get that spring out with that. If it'll come out. There it is. There's a little spring. And it was. Oh, there it is. So small. That's got it. Right, there's a little plastic thing. And inside there, one of these, there is a ball. And it doesn't look like it's in that one. Or is it? Might be a ball in both of them actually. Yeah, I can see the ball in that one. And it's stuck at the bottom. So, until where that goes. Put a small amount of compressed air into that hole there. And make sure that it's covered over so you don't lose the ball. You might draw it out. The jets are looking pretty dirty as well. A lot of rust in the bottom of this here, so that must have come from the tank or something. But it is a brand new tank, so I don't understand that. Okay. Well, that's not important for a minute. I'm going to get that out in a minute. I'm going to work on this one because this is the main problem that we've got, and that is this thing here. So I'll try and get this gasket off in one piece if I can. A little craft knife here, that's should just about slice into it. That's got it. I've saved the gasket, although it's got a break there, but I think that'll be alright. The proper way of doing this would be to take the spindle out, but I haven't got any screws to replace this with, so what I'll have to do is clean it up with a little wire brush here, and we'll put some lubricant down it and see what goes on, see if it will actually free up. Well, I've got a manky little wire brush. I'll get that in there. It's all good fun. And I've got a little squirt of lubricant here. I'll put that in there. Have that try and go down. It's a bit of penetrating oil as well, so it'll go down inside there. Keep going, keep working it. That is well strange. Let's get in it. Just keep soaking this. Right, I shall carry on cleaning this up. Get a little scraper on it, clean that up, and I'll keep working that, and then once that's working I'll bring you back. And there you go. Now that is now free to move. What I had to do was heat up just here and here, give it a little bit of warmth, and at the same time I put some lubricant down the edges there, warmed it up, and now it snaps back, moves nice and freely, and the other side moves as well, nice and freely. It's vacuum secondary, so that's why the funny noise. And this part, I managed to get the two little check balls out. What I actually did was pour some paint thinners down the holes after retrieving the spring, as you saw me take the spring out, and let it soak overnight. Now what I've got is I've got to clean these holes out. I've done this one, but what I've got here is a tiny amount of paint thinners on a Q-tip. I'll poke it down the hole and polish up. Now there's muck on that, and keep polishing that up and get rid of the gum that you get from the ethanol fuel, because that's what actually stuck the balls into these holes, is the ethanol. Because it's been standing for so long, it's gummed up the whole carburetor. So now I'll keep going with that for a minute till I can see down inside that it's nice and clean. Yeah, now that's shaping to the aperture inside. So you know it's getting a good clean. Put some more of that on. Poke that in the hole again and keep going. And I'll just check with a torch to make sure that I haven't left anything behind in that hole. And now it's looking nice and clean. Both of them are looking nice and clean inside there. And the next thing is to take out these two jets in the bottom there and make sure that they're clean. Get a screwdriver for that. Well, this is going to be quite a long video, so I'm going to cut it short here and make it a part one. Thank you very much for watching this week. Next week I shall be rebuilding this carburetor and hopefully bolting it back on the car. I haven't been that well this last fortnight, so hopefully I'll be up and running, ready to go for next week's video, and this car will be running. Thank you very much for watching, and hope you've enjoyed this video. Hope it's been of some use to some people, and I'll see you next week. Bye now.